77% of Americans are in some form of consumer debt, which consists of a massive $17.57 trillion worth of debt. That's an average of $105,000 per consumer in debt. Only about 23% of Americans are completely debt-free. So what happens whenever you die with all of that debt? Well, all of the assets that you would have loved to pass on to your family now goes towards those debts. Your family home is sold to make sure it's all covered. This is why you should consider purchasing a life insurance policy. Some may think, well, it's not that big a deal. It's not like the debts get passed down. And in a way, they're right. But so long as you have those debts, your family won't collect on anything that can be used to pay them off. This is where life insurance really excels and comes into play. Life insurance doesn't just pay your debts off either. It can be used to pay your funeral expenses, your children's education, and even fund your family's lifestyle for a few years after your death. While life insurance coverage is unique for every person, the general rule of thumb is to cover anywhere from 7 to 10 times your income, your current debts, and another $150,000 per child. Some sources will also say that 5 times your income is plenty to cover the average time between lows within the stock market. Your total debt, as well as funeral expenses and whatever you think each of your children would need to get through college, is also included in those sources. For instance, if you make the current average in the US of $67,000 per year in income, you have the median amount of debt in America, which is about $105,000 in debt, and you have 2 kids, which is slightly above the average of about 1.94 kids per household. You would be looking for a life insurance policy of roughly $884,000, assuming a funeral expense of $10,000. This number would be enough to pay off your debts, both kids' education, your funeral expense, and 7 years worth of your income for your family. Of course, a big part in the consideration behind a life insurance policy is the current price. Well, I can tell you that it will never be cheaper to buy life insurance than it is for you right now. That's because the prices of life insurance only increase as you get older. According to Fidelity Life, the average rate of increase in the cost of life insurance is anywhere from 8 to 12% per age year. This is because of increases in certain hard-to-measure characteristics, such as the risk of death or disease as you age. This percentage can also increase as you get older. This means that in the end, you would be paying less throughout your lifetime in premiums if you started a policy right now, at this very moment, than if you started it on your next birthday, even though you would be paying it for a longer period of time. With all of that being said, life insurance is one of the greatest and the safest investments. Yes, you can make a dividends on life insurance, which is why it's also an investment that you can make for yourself, and it will never be easier for you to start than it is today. It's only going to get more expensive, and you want to be able to leave your family with something if the worst case scenario happens. Go get life insurance. Talk to a professional to see what amount is right for you, and keep the family you leave behind protected financially so they can focus on mourning you.